Hey, I just showed Norman a ball gag and he almost killed me.
Why?
Listen, we need to talk.
Yeah, we do.
Did you just get a phone call?
No?
Oh,
Why? Who would
okay.
have called me? Was Norman gonna call me?
I don't know. Probably not.
Okay.
I'm at the lighthouse right now.
Why?
But I can. We were here just the other day.
Together.
Balto asked if I could go to the lighthouse with him so he could light a candle for Cleo, and then Norman came out, and I showed him a ball gag, and he pulled a knife.
Okay. So what happened? How'd you end up in the hospital?
So yesterday, wait, how did you hear about that?
I have my connections, Flop.
Right. But it's just Flop after all. All right. Anyway, so essentially, what? It doesn't matter. It's just me. It's just me, right? Listen, I dressed up like. Okay. Do you want the full story?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So yesterday, I thought it would have been a really great idea to dress as a BBMC member for Halloween.
Okay. Why would you do that?
Because I wanted to go mess with Finley. First, I was going to do Edbert and go mock Edbert. And then I thought, that's not a good idea.
Ugh.
So, yeah, I was going to mock him, though. And then I said, you know what? Finley might be the better course of action. So I went with Finley. Dressed up with Finley. I made a cut that I was going to burn. And I did not wear it. I didn't know what pants Finley wore. So I called his girlfriend, Cora. And I said, hey, Cora, do you know what pants Finley wears? Finley then calls me and goes, you wear my pants, I'll kill you. So I stopped getting changed. I left the clothing store. I see a black sedan outside. I ignore the black sedan.
You try to set a few mics. Sorry, go
ahead. I get into my car and I tell Finley, meet me down at my house. Finley pulls up with a sawed-off shotgun. I said, don't shoot me. I said, I did this just for you. I'm not gonna go running around looking like this. This is just for you. I said, promise me you won't shoot me. He said, okay, I won't. I then said, I'm going to show you something, but I promise you I'm only showing it to you. He said, okay. And I went to go put on the cut and he shot me. So I'm bleeding out center mass, 12 gauge to the chest. I was not doing very good. I could barely breathe. The same sedan pulls up next to me. And there's a guy in a, what I can only describe looked like a plague doctor, something. And he must have followed me. It was the same person from the clothing store. Followed me and he goes, oh, Flop. Ha, 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 ha. Oh, my word. Oh, gosh. With his very posh, very stern accent. Puts me in the back of his car. He says, Flop, we need to talk, and a bunch of other things. Now, I'm bleeding. I'm not feeling good. We start driving up Great Ocean Highway. Who's behind this car but Jackie Snow? Snow saw that the guy was driving sporadically, tries to light him up. He ignores him. And he starts laughing. So he starts taking off from the police after pulling over and telling Snow that he was taking me. And Snow said, you're not taking that person. Snow didn't know it was me at the time. Starts driving off. We got into a chase. I'm in and out of consciousness. I don't remember much throughout the chase. Next thing I remember, I'm out of the car. And I'm with Snow. And Snow says, what are you? And he says, you're the first person to ask the right question. And then he said, let's just say there's a new doctor in town, or the doctor's in town. And he drives away. And Snow's immediate reaction was, Isaac? And after discussing things with Copper and Snow, I'm under the impression that I was picked up from Isaac and followed from the clothing store next to Burger Shot to my house on the beach by Isaac. Now, there's another stipulation with this. Apparently when we were talking to Norman, when Norman said he was going to kill all three of us, according to Norman, he apparently said,
what
you were to not speak of Isaac's name ever. Now, what I remember was that he said you were to not speak of Isaac's name to me, insinuating him.
Okay, and what name did this doctor give you again?
Uh, he just said that the doctor's in town. He never gave me a name.
Okay.
Now,
All right.
yesterday, I called Norman after it happened, and I didn't try to antagonize him. I just called him and was like, "Listen, I'm trying to figure out what's going on." You know, I said something happened. I said, and I have reason to believe, you know, it was you or whoever. What's going on? And he said, "What was the one thing I told you?" I said, "I don't know." I said, not to antagonize you, right? The obvious things. He goes, "No." I said, "Never to speak of Isaac's name ever. Don't ever murmur the name Isaac." So the reason I'm telling you this and the reason why I'm saying this openly
You
is
don't want me
because
to mention Isaac
you
ever.
and Dark are to never mention the name Isaac ever. And that was the family agreement when we were with Norman. And I'm also telling you because I had to call Norman back and I said, "You said not to mention
Can
said
I say the
person's name."
doctor?
I tried writing his name on a note and he said, "You really are your father's son. This is your last warning." I tried saying Dr. Smith. I tried saying Dr. Cassie, which is Isaac backwards. Yeah, no, he didn't seem to like any of that.
Why not just doctor? If the guy said he's the doctor, why not just refer to him as the doctor?
We could, but I'm gonna let you know now. I tried being a petty smartass with him, and he pretty much called me Matt Rhodes 2.0. So I'm just gonna say, be very careful how you approach, how you mention the name Isaac if you ever do.
I don't plan on saying that.
Okay. Um. So I asked Norman if it was okay if I explained this all to you in detail. He said it's fine because you and Dark need to be aware of it. But apparently I pissed him off, so I can't say anything. I told Copper everything before our conversation with Norman, or I guess before my conversation with Norman, I should say. And I have a hard time keeping my mouth shut, so I bought a ball gag and I went over with Balto to go see Norman. And I said, "Norman, don't worry, I'm upholding our end of the deal." And I placed a ball gag in front of his feet. And then he pulled a knife. And I didn't think it was supposed to be comical or funny, or I wasn't trying to do a
Flop,
hot gotcha.
isn't that sort of implying he should shut up?
No, I'm saying I am going to shut. I was telling him
Why
I'm
would you
upholding.
put it on the floor, Flop?
I wanted to show it to him so he knew that every time I wanted to say something, I was going to put the ball gag in my mouth so I would not talk.
Oh my god, Flop. Okay, this kind of reminds me of this girl I went to high school with. Okay,
Mhm.
she got a tattoo of an entire paragraph on her back, and I once asked her, you know, when it was new and she was showing everyone, I was like, "Hey, what's the tattoo for?" And she's like, "Oh, it's the letter I wrote to my grandmother." And listen, I'm very straightforward, and yeah, at first I was thinking maybe her, like grandmother passed or no, 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 no. She's alive, she's doing well, and she just got an entire fucking paragraph tattooed on the top of her back. And I thought to myself, well, like, could you have just allowed your grandmother to just keep the note? Like, I'm sorry, who is gonna read that if it's intended for your grandmother and it's on your back and covered 90% of the time, and the other 10% of the time, the people who are gonna see it is not your grandmother? Like, what's the purpose? I don't know. I have dedication issues, so I guess the point I'm trying to say here, right?
That's my
is
problem.
That you,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You
Messed up.
yes, because when you drop something and give it to someone, that's saying this is for you. Versus
I told him you can't take it. It's not yours. I did tell him that.
the fuck?
I told him it wasn't his ball gag.
Flop, why couldn't you have just Flop, you literally could have just shut up. Just like she could have just given a note to her grandmother.
I should have just given a note to my grandmother. You're right. You're 100% right. However, things have gotten really bad. We have 3 days, and I can't show up for BONECON tomorrow now.
Why?
I will let you know. Actually, you know what? I will explain it. Why not? So apparently all the beach houses down at the beach are getting window replacements tomorrow, and they notified us 24 hours beforehand that we need to be there and present and move everything away from our windows so that they can come in and replace our fucking windows. So I was given 24-hour notice, which means I can't be around tomorrow to be at BONECON. I
Oh.
have to stand and watch people replace windows.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. And apparently snow can't go either. And I was hoping we could try and get something small done today so we could talk, but I don't know how many people are going to be available.
Well, Snow was going to mention all of the doctor situation stuff. Pretty much said that he saved your life.
He literally, Snow being there saved my life. Cora was on the back of the bike and called 911 and when I was shot.
How did he know where you were?
Who, Finley?
No. Doctor.
I don't know, but he was sitting in front of the clothing store and I ignored him. I thought it was just like a Halloween gag thing. He was in a Cognoscetti, the 4-door Cognoscetti. And I looked, I said, whatever. And I drove from the clothing store at Burger Shot down Bay City and to my house. So he must have followed me from the clothing store. He must have been following me before. Followed me from the clothing store down to my house. Proceeded to wait for me to get shot. And then snatched me. Cora called 911 after I was shot. And I think that's what saved me. But I don't know because Snow just said he was just patrolling up Great Ocean Highway and saw a car swerving. And tried to pull me, or I guess tried to pull him over. And the guy resisted arrest. And I guess the way it happened was that he offered the body in replacement and Snow, I guess, called off the chase to reacquire me. And he's, again, didn't know it was me up until I told him it was Flop. Yeah, it wasn't good. It was pretty bad. But,
well, I'm glad you're okay.
Thank you. What does this mean for, I mean, I can talk to you about this because you're involved as much as Dark is involved, but we can't mention this to anyone else. Do we know how we're going to handle the doctor? What we're going to do now? Seeing as I can't stop making mistakes, apparently.
That's a complicated question that I don't know I have an answer to. Do we I have no fucking idea. I have no idea. I don't know what to do.
I know what we should do, and I'm just saying, Cy Carter or Lizzie Byrne, I think the city would be just well off if, you know, something unfortunate happened.
I'm gonna make a phone call. I'll call you back.
Okay, all right. I'll talk to you
bye.
soon. Bye-bye.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
It's great. You you have the power of Beetlejuice?
Oh no. I heard. Someone.
It had to have been from, yeah.
Not Flop.
No.
Other people.
Yes. The only other person I've told.
Have you spoken with Norman?
Not really.
What does that mean, not really?
I texted him. I mean, he texted me. I texted back. That's it.
Pixie?
He remembered what I was talking about, that I was worried about, that whole thing from all those years ago. And yeah, he said that I didn't hold up my end, but I said he didn't either. And then he said clever, and that was the end of the conversation.
Was that all text?
Yes.
Pixie?
What? I have not spoken to him. I'm just in a very weird state right now after seeing a person that you mentioned, and all of a sudden, 2 days later, they're at the hospital.
Are they working, or were they working?
No, he's retired. I tried to bring up the whole thing of, loosely, the connection, people, there's been people talking about him and the other, and there's a connection. I didn't say any names, but he acted like he was like had no idea. So
Okay, Pixie, you know that I wouldn't lie to you, okay? And you know that I trust you.
right.
Okay. After I got off the phone with you, when I mentioned I was at the lighthouse, and I asked you about you-know-who,
Hmm.
Norman was then on the phone, because we were overlooking the lighthouse. And when I called you while he was on the phone, your phone immediately disconnected. Busy tone.
Right.
While he was on the phone.
No, I haven't. I have not spoken to him. Listen, I know you're probably paranoid, but
Very.
no, I'm not picking up the goddamn phone. I made a promise, okay?
All right. All right. I have maybe a potential out. Who knows? Who knows?
Mm.
Maybe.
You know, me and your son are at the church, so if you,
Which one?
the one in the city.
High Life Invader? Ish, like VLC?
Yeah.
All right, I will be on my way. I gotta pick up a few things in Polito, and I'll make my way there.
All right.
All right, I'll see you in a bit.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey.
How you
Hi.
doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Pixie, I've got coffee for you.
Oh, good.
Yep. Would you prefer the bonehead brew or the pumpkin spice latte?
Pumpkin spice all the way.
Well, you're gonna get both. There you go.
Okay.
What'd you bring me?
Oh, the same.
Oh, thank you.
Now, actually, you know what? Let me just...
But
There you
pumpkin
are.
spice isn't my favorite. It's kind of
Okay, fine. I'll take it back. I'll drink it.
okay.
I'll drink it.
All right.
I'll drink
Pumpkin
it.
spice everything.
Figure the Bonehead Brew is probably more on par anyway.
Okay.
Good to see ya.
Yeah, you too. You too. Well, hold on. Don't look at the ground yet. Hold on. I would like each of you. Pixie, you first. Pick a bear.
Okay.
Pick a bear. Right there, on the ground.
I was looking. Wait.
Oh, sorry. Apologies.
All right, I picked one.
All right, Flop, you're next. Hey, Pred, what's up?
Hey, I haven't seen you since you were, I haven't seen you for a while. How's Marshal Matt Rhodes doing?
Terrible.
What's wrong?
Well, I'm dealing with Norman Bones.
Oh, well, you know, I gotta talk to you. Is Dark around? I have to talk to you
He
two about
just
something.
texted me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm having a meeting in regards to
Okay.
my
All right.
situation.
Yeah, exactly. Let's just go kill somebody. I'll help you out.
No.
You told me all about it. Let's just go. I'll listen. If
Who
you want
told
me to, I'll
you?
just... Dark told me. Dark tells me a lot of things. Listen, Rhodes, me and you, and Dark. It'll look at it. It'll just be like a bonding thing, you know. It's like we'll go grab somebody up, just murder them, throw them into the water, be done with it, and then you're fine.
No. It's not that easy, Pred. It's not that easy.
Listen, I will get a trank gun. If I will not let you die. I will trank you in Dark and put you guys in the back of the car while I murder somebody for you. And as long as you're there, I feel like that's enough, right?
No, it's not. That's one of the issues. Pred,
Look,
listen, we're gonna figure this out. Don't worry, we're gonna figure this
it's
out.
like ripping off a Band-Aid. You know, once you do it, it's like it hurts, right? But I mean, it's fine.
No, it's maybe for you, but not me.
Whoa,
The reason we work
whoa.
so well, Pred, is because we're opposites.
I've never murdered anybody.
No,
Let me just put that out there.
She
Never
ocean dumped
murdered
herself,
anybody.
and that bitch in the wheelchair deserved it.
Okay, well, I murdered her in self-defense. That's different than actual murder. I just want you to know that I'm here for you if you need me.
Well, I
all right?
appreciate that. I appreciate
If
that,
you need
Pred.
if you need anything, I'll go grab someone off the street right now.
No, Pred, no. Don't do anything. We'll be fine.
Okay.
We'll be fine. All right.
Okay,
I gotta
I
go,
won't.
though. I gotta go.
All right. You
Have
have
a good one.
Bye.
Bye. Sorry.
I promised I wouldn't do this stuff.
All right.
All right.
Should we go in?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. When did they renovate this place? Because I was not expecting this.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's been like this for a while.
Pixie, you pick a row.
It's just grab a, I don't know, sit.
But which one do you think
Stand.
is? Okay.
Do you want to sit? Do you
this
want to
row.
stand?
We could sit.
Mm,
You like this row?
It's just okay. You're making a big deal out of.
I'm not trying to. I'm just saying. I think the row and where we sit is going to make a difference.
you know, I.
Did you grab all your bears outside, by the way?
Oh fuck no.
Go get your bears.
Hmm.
I mean,
It'll work.
Do we all have our chairs? We can just.
I've got mine.
I do. I
Oh,
do.
perfect.
Okay.
Let's talk over here then.
Perfect. Right in front of the microphone.
And maybe a lot further back. Like over here.
Yeah. No. This is great. This is good. So,
Hey.
how you doing? Did you get a call today?
Many.
Let me clarify. Did you get a call from you know who?
No.
Did you get a call from the other you know who?
No.
Yeah. No.
No.
Okay,
Nope.
let's refer to them as Beetlejuice. Is that appropriate?
I mean, that takes care of one.
Okay. We'll call the other one Stabby.
Boner.
Actually, in my case, Shooty.
Okay. So Beetlejuice and Shooty.
Uh-huh.
You know, last time I tried doing this, he got mad.
Yeah. He's not allowed to participate in that kind of.
Neither is
okay.
Matt, though.
Oh, okay. Yep.
My
don't
mistake also
participate.
fell in hand with you as well, and I was given permission to give you the deets, without getting you in trouble. So that leads us here. But just talking to Pixie, figuring some stuff out. By the way, I don't know if anyone's told you or if you spoke to Copper, but I have a morphine addiction.
Okay. Who prescribed you morphine?
The doctor yesterday. I asked him for it and he gave it to me.
And who was the doctor?
I'm trying to find out his name.
At this
Uh-huh.
point, does it really matter?
Well,
It's not a big deal.
I tried giving it to Balto, but I
you
pissed off.
pissed off Death. Does it matter?
I
No.
didn't necessarily. Okay, I
Yes,
didn't
you did.
try to piss.
But
How
you
did I
did.
piss off Death? How so?
What do you mean how? You know how.
I gave him a ball gag so he could look at it. So I told him I'm upholding my end of the deal by not talking.
Before.
Oh, you mean before? You mean like the three of us?
Collective. Yeah. A collective effort from your family.
Yeah, that was Matt's fault.
Does it matter that you're popping morphine? No, it doesn't. So it's one of those things that it's like, that's not one of the worries you should address.
You're right. I have a morphine addiction.
I'm surprised y'all
Who
don't have
asked,
some sort of
Flop?
addiction.
It's not that serious. You'll be fine.
Well,
you know what won't be fine?
What?
You being dead.
Thank you for the reality check. I'm
At least
well
it won't
aware.
hurt that much when he does it, since you're high on morphine.
Listen, the point this can be temporary. The other issue is very time sensitive. So Flop, I think you don't have your priorities straight. Listen, take as much. Okay, don't take it. No.
No. Take it responsibly.
Yeah. Take it as you
Pain
see
management.
fit. Asterisk within reason. And I'm sure everything will be fine. We can deal with that after we survive.
Good idea.
Maybe.
So, okay. So, have you received any phone calls or any other information after our piss off with Shooty or whatever the fuck we're calling him, or
Shoot.
Not really, outside of the fact that you know who is around.
Yep.
Beetlejuice.
Mm-hmm.
Coincidence? I think not.
No, I don't think so.
I think you conjured him. You said his name too much.
What was that one movie where you say the name 3 times and then
Beetlejuice.
Oh, I mean that's Beetlejuice. What was the other one though? They just did a remake of it with the. It was like a
Bloody Mary. That's
That's the only other thing in the bathroom. Gotta be dark
No.
and look in the mirror. Yep.
There's
Bloody
another
Mary,
one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Candyman.
Candyman's one of them.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Candyman's it doesn't matter. Okay.
focus.
I just don't want to be in this position. But here we are. Here we are.
Mhm. Pixie, did you tell Matt at all what happened? I guess yesterday.
About speaking with Beetlejuice?
Mhm.
I mean,
What would happen if I called Beetlejuice? Would
You
that be
have it?
bad?
why would you call him?
Well, no. Am I like prohibited from doing so, Flop?
That's like tempting. Really?
That's a horrible idea.
Okay, what alternatives do we have?
Why? What would benefit?
Cy Carter on a pedestal in handcuffs in front of Norman. That sounds like a really great idea.
I may have an out.
Oh God.
I'm so happy that you have it out. What about the rest of us? What
Flop,
what is
shut
what is
up.
your out?
That you are fine no matter what.
Really? Because
Yeah,
according to yesterday, it didn't seem like I was okay.
Did you die though?
But did I die? I don't know. Was I lucky to know that someone else was there to save my life? Yeah, I'm pretty fucking lucky. Matt.
Flop. Let me just put this into perspective. If the solution to all of this is a morphine addiction, I'd be addicted to morphine right now.
Do you think morphine is going to save me?
From some
From the pain.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make you
It
numb.
inevitably is
kinda
not going
not
to
care.
change what is inevitably going to happen. So, what is your out? Because if it works for you, great. Does it work for the rest of us, though?
let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
We're dealing with his terms, right?
Mhm.
We're dealing with a bit of a very unique situation here. What if someone had a deal with Norman for, in the future, a second lease on life? And what if it's something, you know, I agreed to do with someone? They would then obviously have to make a deal with Norman for a second lease on life. But we fulfill our end of the bargain.
What are you implying?
I don't know. Maybe I find someone again maybe I find someone who has a deal with Norman for a second chance at life in the event where something happens to them. And maybe that something happening to them is me killing them.
You are reaching.
How am I reaching?
No, I don't think so.
How am I reaching?
I would be willing to take this gamble. If you need help getting rid of somebody, I would be willing to help you with this. If we were to kill somebody who was given a second chance at life,
We fulfill our end of the deal.
we fulfill our end of the deal.
Here's
and as
the
long as it's someone
thing.
that we know.
Here's the thing. The only thing is that I would have to give something to said person. A favor in the future, money, something. But they would have to make a deal with Norman. Now, I think the reason this would work is
I
because...
have $1 million. We
well,
probably give him money.
I think the reason this would work is because, number one, someone else gets roped into a deal with Norman for that second lease on life. Two, we fulfill our end of the bargain, and he knows it's not going to sit well with us because we had to hurt someone no matter what. And because that person would owe their life to Norman, I imagine their deal isn't going to be all that great.
Let me propose something to you.
Okay.
Or, ask. Maybe more of an asking. Has he, Shooty, been pleased with what you've presented with ideas to him?
No.
Anything?
No.
What makes you think that's going to be accepted?
Because it benefits him. Because someone else gets roped into a deal with him. Which is very clearly what he wants, right? This is no longer it's just us. And he'll probably try to use it as leverage in some capacity.
What if what he wants is to watch you suffer?
Well...
And that's what this is all about all along. And he's using Flop as an excuse.
I don't know.
You did run from him. He could still be pissed off about that.
But what can I do about that? There's seemingly no solution. There is seemingly no reasonable out for me.
God. Have you asked him if there's an alternative?
Yeah,
to
we've
what
asked.
He wants?
We've asked, and he said, pretty much, a body. Death, specifically.
You dig one up in the cemetery?
No, and we also can't have someone else do it on our behalf. We also can't just bring the person there. There's a lot that goes into this, apparently. There's a lot of nuance to this without much explaining.
Yeah. There was a sweet mother of all that is holy. Who is that?
It's Pred. can't say that I'm surprised. Hey, Pred.
Hey, just making sure you're okay. You all good?
Yeah, everything's good. Everything's good. We're just talking. We're brainstorming, you know, planning a party.
Bible study.
Well,
Bible study. All right, all right. I can
Hey,
head out. That's fine.
Fred.
I just wanted to check on you there, Rhodes. I missed you. You know, I haven't seen
yeah,
you for a bit.
I know. I appreciate you checking in on me, Pred.
Making sure everything's good. You're not hey, listen. If you cheat on Dark with Pixie, I mean that's pretty badass. Out of all honesty.
Oh my god.
Well, that's a.
I think I'm gonna
that
puke
would be a
again.
power.
I think I would puke again.
Hey, Brad, good to see you. We'll talk soon. If you need paperwork done, let me know.
What?
I said if you need paperwork done, let me know.
All right. Well. All right. See you later, Flop.
Have a good one, Pred. Oh yeah, by the way, I've talked with other people about potentially leaving the CPD.
Why?
I was scared when Dean Watson approached me and said, well, if you ever consider leaving, call me and I'll give you a reason not to. And then he walked away.
That doesn't sound that serious. Maybe it was an offer of money.
Should I go to him and be like, I think I'm going to leave the CPD unless a brand new Lamborghini were to show up in my life?
No. Motherfucker, he's going to hit you with the... Here's a bunch of books. Books equals knowledge. Knowledge equals Lambo. But you got to work for that yourself.
No. Yeah. And
Here in my garage.
He's going to tell me to install 2 new bookcases?
Listen,
What happened to that guy? You think he's a millionaire?
I don't know. I mean, either it is failed miserably or he's so successful I've never needed to see another ad of him again.
Oh, God.
Listen, talk amongst yourselves for just a second. I gotta think about something. Just a couple minutes.
Good.
Yeah, I gotta pee really bad. I'll be right back.
So, Pixie, what I'm thinking is that I get married to Katya from the embassy, and I get dual citizenship to the Russian embassy, so that I'm able to run away and technically, quote unquote, flee the country to get away from Norman.
So there's people don't die in other countries?
Well, they have like AKs and stuff, and I think if I get into the embassy, I get like, you know,
Diplomatic immunity?
something like that, right? Is that what it's called? When like I get an AK?
Did you not talk to Snow when he said that he pretty much mag dumped Shooty?
Maybe it wasn't enough bullets.
Yeah, Glass said the same thing. I'm like, right.
I'm straight copium on that. You're probably wrong, or you're probably right, and I'm probably wrong. But at least I get to flee the country, and I'm stuck, or I guess not stuck, but I'd be behind the gates.
If you believe that guns are gonna protect you, then why are you fearing that
They have a bear named Boris. That
then
bear could eat Norman whole.
Right. So if you're hiding behind guns, thinking that's gonna help you, then what is there to fear from him? He can't do anything to you. What is he gonna run up and stab you? If that's the only thing that you're fearing, because you're just dealing with a normal person, a normal human person that you can just shoot? Is that what you're banking on? I mean, I can play along and let you have the comfort of that delusion. Because, I mean...
Hear me out, though.
Okay, yeah.
I think Katya likes me. I think there's a chance.
Well, you better make something happen quick because you don't got much time.
I can get married in 3 days.
I mean, you can just do it now.
What is something I can give to someone from another country to offer them. How do I do this?
What are you trying to accomplish?
Dual citizenship.
Is she the only one that can provide it?
Well, if I get married technically in Russia, I think I'm granted dual citizenship.
Make sure before you go to that extreme. Some countries are. I don't know. Yeah, some countries are like that.
Yeah, Flop, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah, well, he's clinging to it so hard.
How much of that did you hear? You probably heard all of it, didn't you? Do you not think that getting married in Russia and to get dual citizenship so I can run is a safe idea?
Flop.
Yeah.
What do you think dual citizenship is actually going to provide you? Protection from what?
Norman! From fucking Norman!
Yeah, because Norman can't cross over into international territories.
Have we seen him cross? Maybe he doesn't like bears.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind.
No. Go ahead. Spill the beans.
I have to make a phone call. Hold up.
Oh my god.
This usually means good things. Usually means that Matt is thinking. And we're going to get a really good idea out of this. And we might actually...
Hello?
Hey, has Storm been found?
Yeah, she never was missing.
Wait, she wasn't?
No, so basically, well, that was your fault for bringing a knife to a gunfight.
Yeah, you tell him.
Sorry. She was never missing. It's a threat that I guess was made towards her, but she's fucking lying to me and won't tell me the truth.
What is she lying about?
I walked up to her and said, "Have you been talking to anyone recently? Anyone antagonized anyone? Even just having a conversation with anyone?" And she goes, "No." And I was like, "We literally got a 911 that is saying that you are poking the bear. You're clearly talking to someone." And she's like, "No." Yeah, I'll come. And she just lied to my face, and then she pops drugs in front of me. So I just,
Okay, all right. Wait, what
she's
kind of
with
drugs?
Winston. I'm pretty sure bad drugs. But she's with Winston right now, so he can update you. I had to walk away from it.
Okay.
I'm dealing with so I can't watch people take drugs in front of me. So
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
I just walked up.
All right. I just wanted to make sure that she was actually found. All right. Thank you.
Listen, Snow
Bye.
said something
Bye.
about he had been thinking about it. He started reading it one day, and then all of a sudden, Shooty's around. And I'm like, I think he summoned him. It's kind of like the...
We could burn the book, but I don't know if it'll work.
What book?
What harm is it going to do?
The journal?
Yeah.
Wait. Do you think he wants the journal?
I don't know.
You want to call and ask him? Hey, Norman, you want your journal back? We're thinking about burning it.
Don't... I swear to God.
Hold on.
What?
Does anyone know of any person who has been stabbed by Norman in the past few months?
No.
No.
Does anyone know if Norman keeps a journal with him now?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know what he does in his spare time.
Here's the reason I'm going to say no. You can tell me no. You can tell me I'm wrong. That's fine. I'm looking for opinions here. When Norman originally had a journal, he was a different version of himself to some degree. And my argument for the journal is that he used it as a way to obviously document and log everything that he had going on. However, I do think that Norman is not the same person he once was. And I would argue that Norman is now, sorry, Shooty, I gotta stop saying his name. Shooty is now being controlled by an entity. And I would imagine that Shooty is the figure that is of Death, the entity. And the entity probably has control over his decision making with the people and his connections. I could be wrong, but I would argue that if anything, Death probably has a mental journal opposed to a physical journal.
So what if that journal is keeping him bound to this place? You've ever seen those like stuff that gets haunted? Like those creepy dolls, and
Yeah, but why wouldn't he ask for it?
that would raise suspicion.
Does anyone know Shooty's like point of weakness?
Snow.
We tried that.
Isn't he obsessed with snow back in the day?
It's because Snow is like the front guy. Snow was the guy that like looked into and was the loud guy during the investigation. And then Copper was kind of on the back seat, avoiding, I guess, her face being seen doing all of the behind the scenes stuff. So to some degree, yeah, Snow was kind of the face for the investigation.
I'm gonna be honest. I wish it was as easy as killing Norman.
I'm not talking about
Well,
killing him.
We kind of tried
He's
that.
already dead.
Well, I know, but what I'm saying is I wish it was as easy as killing Shooty.
Maybe he needs to, pass on.
How do you... I don't know.
Listen, if he's dead and there's entities that cling to this, realm, there's unfinished business. They usually cling on to something until they know that they can, or they're satisfied and they can move on. So what is it that he truly wants?
I mean, given the amount of people involved, I don't know. I have no idea what he would want.
I'm just spitballing, ideas.
I'll say this. I'm in a really fucking tough spot.
Yeah, you are.
Considering I am firmly against police officers and any form of corruption. And the alternative here is for me to do something corrupt.
Corrupt, yeah.
Or a family member dies. And I have no control. None. Zero. There's nothing I can do.
You do realize that you are under duress, so your actions
Duress
can be...
is not a defense for murder.
I'm not talking about murder. I'm talking about your state of mind. That would put you in a state of...
Your Honor, I was dealing with death.
What you thought was death you're hallucinating. The stress of whatever the hell was going on, somebody was tormenting you to the point of where you were having hallucinations.
The best argument here would be to plead insanity then, but then at that point you would lose your job, you would still have a charge on your record, and then you would be practically 5150 until recovery, if that's even applicable. So you would avoid death penalty if you pled insanity, but
How many
that-
cops have gone to fucking Parsons and they're still working? A few. They did some dumb shit.
the problem is that, so Pixie, I'm going to give you a little bit of detail here real quick on Norman and the quote unquote looking into of Norman. It's technically an investigation, but I'm going to explain this in a little bit more of a broader term. It's an investigation, but it's not an investigation. It is an investigation via word of mouth and notes in a book versus keeping it on a record on an NBW. There is no defense here to going in front of the stand. And I think I see Matt's point to the extent of, if I were to sit in front of a judge and say, Your Honor, I was dealing with the god of death, and I watched him do this, and I watched him do that. He took 12 rounds of 9mm to the head, and he stood, and he was fine. And I felt like everything, you know, I didn't have no choice but to kill this man or this woman or whoever, right? I don't think a judge would entertain that at all. I think, in fact, I would walk out in handcuffs looking like an idiot in front of the judge. And my fear is that that would not be a defensible argument to
You're applying logic to that, but not dealing with him. You are. This is what gets me.
Okay, well, we can't follow logic here.
We can't.
Yeah, so that's the like.
Listen, that's the logical if caught red-handed, what would go down. I'm not saying it's not logical. You would try and put logic into something non-logical, but a judge couldn't rule in a non-logical way. With that said, I don't also like the idea of killing someone. However, kind of between a rock and a hard place with everybody else here, it's kind of impossible to find an out when the only out is to take a life.
You know, maybe he didn't say life. Maybe he said light, and we just need to take the light from the lighthouse. Yep, that's it. Loophole.
You have
Time to
Air
die.
1 cert, right?
What? Sorry.
You have an Air 1 cert, right?
So yeah, I do.
We could fly up there and
Piss
take
him
the
off?
light.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing we can do to make him happy.
Okay.
Have you really tried?
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him.
Let me bring this up too real quick before you get on that phone. While Dark is not here, I love Dark and I never want to keep him out of the loop, but I would probably argue, you can tell me differently, that you and I have a very similar mindset on the solution here than Dark has on the solution. Dark is playing the we're going to sit and talk about everything approach. And I think you and I are more on the line of, well, we don't really need Elizabeth Byrne and it should be okay, right? So what is a better approach to convince Dark? Because we need Dark to agree with this.
Give him some morphine.
No. I don't know what the
Hey!
solution there is.
That might be a good idea, though.
No.
We'll calm him down. Why?
No. Stop.
We can't give Dad morphine?
No. Not happening.
What, you want me to take morphine?
How should I approach Norman in this?
In what are you
well,
going
a
to
phone
do?
call. I'm just, hey, Norman.
What do you want to accomplish with contacting
An
him?
alternative for murder.
He's going to laugh at you, and I would also tell him that I told you what he told me, and that Flop explained the terms. And this way he's aware that I did what he asked, show some sign of communication and some sign of consistency. And if you really want to ask him, I can tell you what he's going to say. He's going to say, oh, Matthew, you are going to be looking at either your family or someone else. And then he's going to hang up the phone. But if you would like to try and start the approach with the fact that there's consistency between the communication between us, maybe he'll be more interested in potential bargain. I don't know. You would have to get through to death and pass Norman.
Man, now I want to listen to Somebody Else by 1975. That's a
What
jam.
Good song.
if you ask him what does he truly want in his existence right now, like in his afterlife or whatever the hell this is? Like, what is going to make him satisfied?
We splash water. Let him just take a bucket of water and splash. See if
That's
he like
how you
melts
piss
like a
him
snail?
off.
Yeah, but why can't I just ask him what'll make him happy? And it can't be death, because he gets that all day, every day.
I mean, so you mentioned that Flop that he's not himself.
I don't think he's himself. I think he's in control by this entity of death.
Why don't we ask Death what it wants?
Well,
We've
that's an
tried that.
easy question. No, that's easy. Death wants death, right?
I mean, have you seen Meet Joe Black?
No.
Death wanted he wanted experiences, human experiences.
Do I call him Shooty?
No, don't call him Shooty, please, sir. God,
No,
don't
no,
call
no,
him
no.
Shooty.
I mean, do I call him?
Oh,
Think you're gonna accomplish anything?
here's before you call him, just something to keep in mind. I had 2 conversations with him on the phone yesterday, and the last time I called him, he said, "You're really making a habit out of this." And I was there today, and I showed him a ball gag, and he was really pissed, and he really wanted to kill me. And if there's anything I've learned from anything and anyone in the last 2 days, it's that I needed to just shut the fuck up and not say anything, because every time I open my mouth or do something, it's a bad idea. And I'm learning this as I go. I wasn't trying to burn bridges. I was simply coming up and stepping up to say, hey, you know, I didn't mean to do this. And Norman turned around and said, well, Flop, you essentially said that I fucked up. So if you're going to call him, bear in mind,
I'm
he's
probably really going to piss him off.
Yeah, if you're really going to piss him off, my question is, what do we have to lose? We have 3 days anyway. The other question is,
Agreed. I'm calling.
The sentence wasn't finished, but you know what?
I didn't need to hear the end. It's fine.
He's probably taking a nap. Oh yeah, see, he's off.
Yeah,
Doing-
well,
yeah.
Norman, unfortunately, you weren't available during normal business hours, so we're just going to have to extend this for another day.
Yeah, see, it's fine.
Flop, I didn't mean to cut you off, but the reality is the Band-Aid has to be ripped off at some point. And he's clearly upset. He's vague. He's unwilling to work with us. I don't know what else to say.
the problem though that I think you need to remember is that he's not in it to reason with us. He's in it to get what he wants. You know, like
You're right. You're right. But when you make a deal with someone and you are vague about what you're looking for, whose fault is that?
My initial gut says yours for making the deal in the first place, but realistically, you had no choice. So this then comes back on the token of, I guess it's not your fault, and it falls on Norman being vague. I will agree with that.
Okay, So the true start of all of this,
Ah!
Who is it?
who is it?
I don't know if I can.
Beetlejuice.
Someone that works at the graveyard. It's not Beetlejuice.
I do not know what to do.
I
Where
don't
are
know.
you gonna tell Norman? On the phone.
Norman, what'll make you happy? And he's gonna say, you following through with your deal. And then I'm gonna respond with, but Norman, you and I both know the death of someone is nothing new to you. What'll actually make you happy? And he's gonna say, I just told you. And I'm gonna say, Norman, you are not gonna tell me that you do something all day, every day, and it's the only thing you want. Surely you must be looking for something else. And he's gonna say, no, that's what you're looking for. You want me to change the deal, and it's not happening. And it's like speaking to a stone fucking wall. And again, there's nothing I can do. So what do I do? Outside of try.
I have a suggestion, and it's not a good one.
What is that?
Convince Pred to allow you to keep your job, and we kill someone.
No.
Do we have a better option? Like telling Death 2 days before we're due to say we have no plan?
Can you put somebody? So, what if you go to the hospital, get a volunteer? You're the one who, put them on hook them up to where they can stop their heart, so they technically die, and then whoever's there can bring them back.
How,
Do they
but
keep
how
bodies
is
at the morgue?
how is that different than any other loophole I've thought of?
I mean, it's technically death.
We need someone to die in the next 3 days. We have to steal a body from the morgue. At that point, we didn't kill the person, but we can claim that we did.
Okay, well, he won't
He's
accept
gonna
it.
know. It's not gonna be fresh.
Well, we'll just say we had it on ice until... I don't know.
Who knows? I might have Cy Carter agree to let me kill him.
Good luck with that.
What do you mean, good luck?
He's
You
not
wanna
gonna
have a meeting
agree to
with him?
that.
What makes you think that?
Okay.
No, I think that this is a good idea.
He
I
can't
think-
be trusted.
I think under normal circumstances, this sounds crazy, but if you know the details, not as crazy as you may think.
Actually,
Does he want to become Death's little minion?
hold on. I didn't think about this. Do you know what I found out through, I think it was either Andy or someone else? Or no, it wasn't Andy. Cy Carter went to Norman because he thought that he could gain an eternal power. What if we call Cy and we tell him that if you come with us, you might gain eternal power? We get him, we tell him that in order to gain eternal power with Norman, we got to put you in handcuffs and put duct tape over your mouth. So he can't talk about anything that we discuss with him. We go to Norman and we say, look what we got you. We bait him.
Do we really want
Yes.
a
Do I really want to kill Cy Carter? Yes.
running around being his little minion, possibly?
Well, Matt, looking for input here?
No comment.
Oh,
Is it no comment because you weren't listening, or is it no comment because you didn't want to agree to it?
No, it's no comment because I don't want to agree to it. Here's the thing. I was listening. The specific question was in regards to whether or not we want to let Cy Carter be Norman Bones' eternal minion. No, but if the options are that or someone dying, you know, around us, I know what I'm choosing.
All I'm saying is that the only thing holding us back is Dark. Dark is under the impression that he doesn't want to follow through, and honestly, you don't either. But every time we've come up with a suggestion, Dark's the only one saying, no, we can't do that morally. I don't think morals apply here.
They do.
They do.
Where?
Because once you I think that's part of it, where you break your own moral code or your moral compass to do that. That's part of the like you've broken somebody,
Fuck.
you know? That's a Norman thing that I think he would relish in, you know? Watching somebody with a very strict moral compass possibly break.
Well, hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the solution is here. I just want out.
And this all started because you tried to blow up the lighthouse.
What if he's gaslighting you? Listen, Flop didn't even do anything.
That's what I fucking said. I wasn't even on the property.
That's what I said. He's using him as an excuse to get to you. He's tormenting you right now.
Well, I mean, what if I just walk away?
Are you prepared to deal with the consequences of that if he goes after the others? Are you willing to, you know, risk losing Flop or Dark?
No. But I don't see what other option I have.
What if I sacrifice myself?
No. Because you know what he's going to say?
What?
Wasn't part of the deal.
Here's a question. What if I make a deal with death? Hear me
No,
out.
we're back at square one.
Wait. I make a deal with death. You got, and my deal has to be somewhere in the realm of being able to be offered a second life or a chance. And then you guys offer me up. You're technically completing your deal, and my end of the deal is technically still being held, unless he would have to cancel out my deal and your deal to offer me.
No, because then you are still in debt to him.
Well, at least you guys would be out.
That doesn't matter.
Maybe Flop becomes the little minion and then just wreaks havoc.
God, I feel so lost here. I am doing everything in my power to try and get this to work.
Guys,
and I can't figure this out. Who are you calling?
Him?
Are you calling Norman? Oh, God.
He's busy. Probably doing laundry or something.
Anyone have Beetlejuice's number? Or should I not call him?
Pixie?
No, I gave him my number.
And did he ever text you?
No, he never. He never.
Do I have to subpoena your phone records?
Why do you think that I'm being shady about this shit?
I'm not saying you're being shady.
I've been trying to avoid all this.
Okay, you're right.
Oh.
You're right. Why do you know anyone else that they spoke to at Viceroy yesterday? Or was it just you that you saw? Pixie.
It was just me. I know he spoke to Copper.
Yeah, I still don't know. I feel
But
like
I
it's
think,
just a stone wall every time.
yeah, I wouldn't approach him. That's, like I said, I tried to bring all that stuff up and he denied like he was so confused. Why would anybody bring up his name and associate him with Shooty? You know what I mean? Like, it was so bizarre. He was just like perplexed, like, why would anyone, like, that doesn't make sense. And I just dropped it. I was like, all right.
I think his unwillingness to... Who's that? Oh, it's Brett again. I think his unwillingness to even entertain any sort of change.
Hey, Rhodes, I hate to interrupt, but are you available for a meeting?
I mean, sure, I guess.
No, this is more important. You can focus on that.
Who's it with?
Well, we had a cop do some crime yesterday.
Uh,
Have them on leave until we come up with their punishment.
Sounds like
Oh.
a thing for IA too. Sounds interesting.
They've already been charged. IA's useless.
I agree. IA is pretty useless. I haven't done shit.
Do it right.
Wait,
Well,
hold.
the problem is that no one's ever given us the opportunity.
Did it hit the docket?
I'm the biggest advocate. Ask Rhodes.
Come over here, Pred. Come over here.
Right.
You can come over here, Pred. You can approach the stand, Pred.
I don't want to interrupt though.
No,
You're not interrupting.
Come over here. Who was it?
It's off.
Oh, it's off. All right.
Who are we talking about, Pred?
I'm not sure we should talk about it in front of. No offense, Pixie and Flop, but
You
not sure we
shouldn't,
should
but
talk
I
about
would
it.
love to know the tea.
Oh God, Jenny's calling me.
Yeah, that's what this is what she's calling you about. I was just right down the road,
Okay,
so I figured
all right.
I'd come see you.
All right, 1 second.
What is this, like father-son counseling?
Hey, Jenny.
Hey,
Not
are you
really,
free for
but
chat in the
it's just
captain's
more of
office,
just a nice
please?
meeting. talking about
Yeah,
some stuff.
Pred just approached me. I'll be making my way there shortly.
All right, see you soon.
All right, bye.
Hey.
You know,
I mean,
I'll find
here's
out
the thing.
anyway.
You don't.
Hmm.
Yeah, you don't have. If you want to stay here for this, that's completely fine. It's all right.
No. That's something that I'm gonna have to attend.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah, we just want
I'm
to make sure everybody's involved at the top when it comes to these decisions.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what
yeah.
I mean?
I will try to make this as clear as possible. I think when it comes to Mr. Shooty, if he is unwilling to change anything or do anything to adjust the course of this, he's trying to sort of shoehorn me in Richard or Flop into doing something that we don't want to do, and that's clearly to his benefit in some capacity, and I don't think we should entertain it. I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're just
All right.
going in circles at
Yeah.
this point.
We are. Just know that it wouldn't be my first time or my last time killing someone. Anyway.
Fred, I got you a gift.
Oh, what'd you give me, buddy?
Give me a second.
Damn, you look good in that uniform.
Ah, right
Look
here. Thank
Damn
you.
good.
Take that.
Oh, this is cute.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
thank
adorable, isn't it?
I'm
Nice
gonna hold
little
on to this.
killer bear.
Yeah, it's a cute little killer bear.
All right. Well,
I hate to
we got
interrupt your
ahead.
guys'
Yeah,
shit.
no.
Yeah,
it's
you
all
do your
good.
thing. I'll call you if anything else comes
Yeah,
up. But
thank you. Appreciate it.
Rhodes, I mean, here, feel free. You know, if
What's
you
up?
want to stay, it's completely fine.
No.
You know,
This is something I
We're
have to
postponed.
attend. I know I have to
Alright.
attend this.
Fred, we were going in circles anyway. I think we
Yeah.
were concluding, so you're fine.
All right. You having a good shift?
No. Yes. No.
Oh,
Yes,
you know,
no?
you can talk to me about anything there, Marshall Rhodes. I mean, me and you were
Nah.
partners.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine.